No. X squared is not the same thing as the square root of x.
X squared equals 1. Wait, what do you say?
So it'd be x to the what power is the same
Oh,
thing.
okay.
1/2.
I thought you were trying to cancel them out.
1/2 is the same thing as a square root. Somebody give me a number that's easily squared. Or square root.
4.
4, sure. Let's do something like
27.
64. What's the square root of 64? 8. Everybody agree? Okay, everybody in your calculator right now, type in 64. I want you to write 64 and then the caret sign and then parentheses 1/2 parentheses. So caret puts you up there and then 1 divided by 2, or you could even type 0.5 up there if you want. Hit enter. 8. Which makes sense because a square root undoes a square and 1/2 times 2 is 1. So they undo each other. So like if I had a square root and I multiplied it, or I put a 2 power there, they would cancel each other out and just make an x, which means a square root cancels a square. Okay, those are all the exponential rules, and now what we're going to do is we're going to practice them to death by playing bingo. Okay?
And I think we did go over that a bit.
Good. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to leave these rules open so that you can look at them. Take out your bingo sheets, and you are going to flip it to the back side. To win bingo, you have to have all your work shown, and your notes will be on the back. If you prefer your notes to be in your notebook, you can do that instead. And I'm just going to pick some random problems, and we're just going to practice doing them. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, let's start with... Yeah. Horribly embarrassing to do in front of people. Gross. All right. Here we go. All right, on the back side, you should write number 1. This is our first example, example number 1. Let's do m to the 4th over 2m to the 4th. All right, I'm going to do this one with you. How can we clean this up? What should we do?
Subtract.
Sure, 4 minus 4, this is subtraction where they're on the top and the bottom. What's 4 minus 4? 0. Here's what I prefer to do, though. It's up to you. Can you get the door for me? What I prefer to do is think about canceling things instead of subtracting things. So I think there's an m to the 4 on top. There's an m to the 4 on the bottom. I'm going to cancel them out. And that equals a 2 on the bottom, and what goes on top? A 1. So the answer to this one is 1/2. Which answer is this on your bingo sheet?
And
L. Everybody cross L off the bingo sheet. First 5 to bingo get prizes. If you're like, what's the point of this? The point of this is to practice a whole bunch of exponential rules and possibly have a slight amount of fun. All right, number 2. Four a to the 3rd b squared times 3a to the negative 4 b to the negative 3. There are a number of ways you can do this. Right now you could use the exponential rule where you add the exponents, that first exponential rule. But I prefer to move the negatives first. So everybody look up. Please don't try to do this by yourself right now. I'd like to do the first like 4 or 5 together, and then I'm going to have you work with your partner and start getting going on it, okay? But look up. Do you remember how negative powers go on the bottom? If they're on the top and they're negative, they move to the bottom of the fraction. What if they're negative on the bottom? They move to the top. So it's like a move symbol. It's saying move it to the bottom or move it to the top. So this one's going to go down and that one's going to go down. On the top, I've got 4a to the 3rd, b squared, and 3. On the bottom, now I've got a to the fourth and b to the third. Do you see how once I moved them, the powers are positive? Okay. All right, now let's simplify. The top has a 4 times a 3, which is what? 12. These are just the coefficients out front. Okay, now I've got, do it in your head, look up. 3 A's on top, 4 A's on the bottom. Cancel them out. You got 3 A's on top, 4 A's on the bottom. You got 1 left over. Where is it going to go though? On the bottom or the top? On the bottom. I've got 2 B's on top. I've got 3 B's on the bottom. 1 B on the bottom. The answer to this one is 12 over AB, which is which one?
And
N, like Nussbaum. It's also the one with A's and B's. That was N. Number 3. Let's try this one. 5 to the third squared. All right. Look back at your exponential rules. Tell me, which rule is this? Where you have a number outside of the parentheses? Rule 3 or 5, sure. 5 especially. What do you do with those exponents? Multiply them, so this is 5 to the 6th. Now, anytime it's a number to a power, you actually figure out what that is. So everybody put 5 to the 6th in your calculator. 15,625. Did you say? Which is? A. Everybody close your eyes. Hand in the air if you totally needed this review. If you did not remember. Okay, great. Okay, put your hands down. Let's try again. All right, I want you to try this one with your partner this time. 3m to the negative 4 over m to the third. Try it with your partner. Move that negative. Talk. Looks like this fly is pretty into being on camera. Looks like a star is born. Somebody wants to be in the musical. All right. There are 2 ways you can do this. Raise your hand if you tried moving it. Okay? And raise your hand if you tried subtraction. Both are right. Okay? Come on, fly. So you could take this one, move it on the bottom, and then that would be 3 over m to the third, m to the fourth, which is 3 over m to the 7th. Which one is that? P. You could have also done this. 3 m to the negative 4 minus 3, which is what?
negative 7.
Right, that'd be 3m to the negative 7, which means that it's on the bottom, which means it's 3 over m to the 7th. Both of these ways work. I like kind of moving it if it's negative. But if you prefer subtraction, you can. Anybody got a bingo yet? All right. Next up, you try this one with your partner. 4v to the third times vu squared. What if something doesn't have an exponent? This is like v to the first power. Talk to your partner. Anybody want an orange? Freshmen keep giving me fruit. Seem actually to be like large clementines, don't they? Anybody? Thanks, Georgia, for not letting it hit your face. Anybody else? All right. This one should have been 4v to the 4th u squared. Does it matter if your u squared comes first and your v to the 4th comes second? No, it doesn't matter. Although usually in math world, they usually put it in alphabetical order, but truly it doesn't matter because you can multiply things in any order. Which one's this? Oh. All right. Number 6. What do you think of this way of reviewing with bingo? Okay. All right. 7r to the 0. What's anything to the 0 power? 1. The answer to this problem is 1.
Bingo.
If you want to, you could distribute it first and say that's 7 to the 0 and r to the 0, and that's 1 times 1, but answer's 1. All right, I heard 2 bingos. That was E as in elephant. Sam and Anders, you want to come up? You have a prize? Homeowner sign, animal, tattoo.
Sure, I'll get a